So, while I wait for the episode to upload, I'm going to continue recording. I'm very thirsty. This is very annoying. Okay. So we chose carry the cat and then confront the cat. So, no, I should not despair. I have to calm down and think carefully about what I should do. Boy, with that in mind, I take a deep breath and look again at her. Soon the expression in my eyes changes from fear to courage. Look at this cat. I realize his only cat, without a doubt, a strange one. But my life is not actually in danger. Boy! Even regular stray cats can be deadly. That isn't a tiger staring at me, it's a simple cat. Apparently, her only power are those weird meows. If she could kill me, she would have already done so. So I rule out that possibility. Her work must be transporting the next victim to this area of the forest, so unnatural and shady. After filling my lungs with air, I slowly walk towards the cat. Her meow gets louder with every step, but I don't let them scare me. Seeing that I do not turn back, she shyly takes a step back. In my mind, I smiled at that image. The prey is now the hunter. I look at her directly while advancing. Little by little, her meows become weaker, as if she was losing strength. Then I suddenly jump and take her in my hands. She hardly resists at all. Not so tough now, right? You look better like this. She is trembling in my hands. She looks so helpless I almost feel like a villain. But I must not forget all that she has done so far. It's her fault that I'm in this place. She brought me here. Then if I kill her, would it be possible to go back? Boy! For a moment, that grim idea crossed my mind. I've never killed an animal. The truth is that I can't be proud of myself in doing such a thing. If I do, maybe this legend could end here and now. Oh gosh. Then what should I do? This is an option? What? No! Just keep her captured. No. If there's an ending where I have to kill this cat, I am not going for it. No. That's terrible. I don't want to. It was only logical. The magic should die along with the cat. That should be my take it back. If I kill her, everything would be over tonight and the legend would come to an end. Confident that it was for the best, I tried to view it in my mind. But no matter how hard I force myself to see it, in the end I'm unable to take the life of another living being. Oh gosh. Even if it is a cursed cat serving a witch, I don't feel good killing her. I think I'm too nice for my own good. So the only thing that remains is to keep her with me, hoping that sooner or later she'll allow me to escape. With nothing more to think about, I decide the best thing to do is continue my path. Oh my gosh. 2:41 a.m. I'm already upset. Oh gosh, that was an option. I don't like thinking about that. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. It's been a few minutes since I captured the cat. Again, I find myself walking with her in my arms, led by the strange voice. How long have I been walking in this forest? Apparently not enough to make me go mad, but it should be close. Don't be afraid, come with me. Don't be afraid, come with me. I'll help you. The voice sounds closer this time. It seems that I am going in the right direction. I don't fully trust it, but it's the best I have. At least at first glance, it seems a friendly voice. I'm completely focused on my way when I suddenly feel something bite me. Hag, what the heck? I shout in pain, realizing that the cat bit my arm. Fortunately, it wasn't a dangerous bite, but it sure was painful. With my distraction, she takes the chance to jump from my arms, falling a few steps away from me. Quickly, I set my gaze upon her, furious, but soon something happens that makes me forget about my anger. What the heck? Suddenly the cat is covered with a bright light. So much that it repels the unnatural darkness surrounding the forest, stealing my breath. Under the light, its figure gradually changes until it ceases to be a cat and becomes a human figure. What? Oh my gosh, we could have accidentally killed a girl! No longer is there a cat in front of me, but a girl with an incredible beauty. I must really be going crazy. She has white hair and red eyes. She seems about my age. In other circumstances, I would have asked her out without hesitation. Boy! Are you kidding me right now? I'm saving in all the wrong spots, but oh well. So, in other circumstances, I would have asked her out without hesitation. Just thinking about it makes me laugh to myself in my mind. Even at the edge of madness, it seems some things about me will never change. She approaches slowly towards me, one step at a time, with no fear. The girl then stares into my eyes with a slightly irritated face. Her lips are moving. She seems to be saying something, but I'm unable to hear a sound. Are you trying to tell me something? I babble, still confused, with a face of disbelief, which surely made me look stupid. Said the girl with a very low voice. I do not understand what she is saying. What? I can't hear you at all, I asked, still confused. Suddenly the girl pouts in a bad mood. What's wrong with you? Are you deaf? Suddenly I could hear her clearly, and just in time, because it seems her patience was about to end. Okay, now I hear you, I said, annoyed. All of my astonishment from just a few seconds ago disappears when I see the arrogant attitude of the girl. At least now I don't think she'll bite me. I hope. The girl then snorts with irritation. What an annoying guy I had to find, she said. At the time she places a hand on her lips, making a passive face. Wait, you shouldn't speak ill of someone you have right before you, I was quick to respond. For a moment I feel annoyed at the thought that I have to teach manners to this spirit or whatever she is. A pity, so much beauty wasted on someone so arrogant. The girl has let out a snort of annoyance after hearing me. I'm sorry, it's a bad habit that I can't quit, she answered without sounding very repentant, clearly a false apology. After talking, she diverts her gaze towards the surroundings as if she was bored. I see, I replied, annoyed. I just met her, and I already feel like I don't like her. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I must not forget who this girl is. She was the cat that started it all. Anyway, at least could you tell me why you attacked me and my friends? I asked shortly after, acting more seriously. The greetings were over. It's time to get to the important stuff. And why did you bite me if I wasn't doing anything? Before I knew it, my lips were asking another question. I cannot lie, I was angry. The girl then stares at my face. She blinks with curiosity before speaking. Does it hurt? The wound? She asked innocently. Yes. I was quick to respond with annoyance. I didn't need to say more. Of course it hurts me, silly cat. She looks at me in silence for a few seconds until suddenly she approaches me without any shyness or fear. On second thought, how could a simple human such as me scare a cat that could turn into a person? Show me your wound, said the girl once she stood right next to me. Her presence makes me nervous. This girl seems to not know what personal space is. As embarrassing as it sounds, I had never had a girl this close. If only it wasn't in this forest. I don't know why. I shouldn't trust her, but strangely, something tells me that she has no bad intentions. This girl is surrounded by a calm aura, something pure, unlike anything else in the forest. In the end, resigning myself with a sigh, I show her my arm with the bite. Immediately, the girl sets her sights on my wound. It'll only take a moment, she said with a complete confidence. Then she looks into my eyes. Could you close your eyes? She asked as she blushes slightly. I'm surprised to see that embarrassed face she has, even if it's a little. Then I sigh, feeling something wasn't right, but there is nothing else I can do. Okay, I said, doing as she asked. I didn't know what to expect. For a moment I thought she was getting naked or something like that. What is this game? But what kind of magic would work only when you have no clothes? I don't know, but my mind sure wanted to imagine that. What is wrong with this guy? Come on, Alex, keep your composure. Suddenly I feel something warm and wet touch my wound. Immediately I shudder. Wait, what are you doing? It's a stupid question because I knew well what she was doing. She was licking my wound. What the heck? You idiot, who said you could watch? Was quick to respond the cat. With her cheeks red in embarrassment and her lips still close to my wound, she looked adorably troubled. Don't you see that I'm just trying to heal you? She had added in a bad mood. Sorry, I said, blushing. I thought you would do something more extraordinary. Now I'm not sure. Is she a girl who can transform into a cat, or a cat that can become a girl? Sorry to disappoint you, not being extraordinary enough, remembered the girl at the same time she gives me an annoyed look, red eyes shining with disgust. Just then that I realized that the pain has disappeared. With curiosity, I look where the wound was, only to discover that now there is no trace of it. For a couple of seconds, I stay silent incredulously. It seems that your treatment worked, I finally said, grateful, still looking at the spot. But of course, I have experience healing myself, answered the girl, closing her eyes and inflating her chest to show her pride. Yeah. I actually appreciate what she did, but I still wonder if she really had to lick it to cure me. I understand, but who are you? The girl makes a small snort with curiosity after hearing my question. Then she tilts her head and closes her eyes, making a thoughtful face. It seems I have not presented myself. She opens her eyes and gazes into mine. My name is Ashley. So that's her name. I expected something more extravagant. My name's Alex. By the way, have you ever been accused of witchcraft? Before I knew it, I asked that question. I guess it was rather rude of me, completely lacking in manners. But I must not forget for even a second that I am in this cursed forest. Ashley suddenly becomes silent. At plain sight, it was obvious she didn't take it well. She takes her time before responding. Yes, but that was a long time ago. Then she closes her eyes and exhales, emptying her lungs. She seemed to be recalling something painful. Just seeing her made me feel guilty. I'm sorry, it was not my intention to make you remember it, I said, slightly remorseful. No doubt to be accused of witchcraft must have been a horrible experience. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. It's okay, it's not like I can blame your curiosity seeing where we are. Then she looked at me closely with curious eyes. By the way, how do you know about me? It appears you're a sorcerer who has lived during these past centuries? She asked, narrowing her eyes as if she was trying to see the inside of my mind. What kind of question is that? No, nothing like that, I answered at the moment. I'm just an ordinary person. I admitted boring, but she didn't need to know that. It's just that there are stories about witches in this forest. But you can see that the stories are not very convincing, or else you wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here, I explained, trying to remove any doubts that Ashley may have. Again, she closes her eyes and nods. I understand. She pauses and looks me in the eyes. It's because of those stupid myths that stupid humans come into this forest just like you. She then said, looking at me with rejection. Wait, what are you trying to say? We're to blame? I replied, feeling offended. Ashley suddenly looks at me disgusted. Are you an idiot? Yes, if you hadn't come, my existence would be nice and peaceful instead of this chaos that is every year, she said, ending with a sigh of frustration. And you're the one who caused all of this. I was quick to respond. I didn't even bother to hide my anger. I can't believe what she says. How arrogant can she be? Ashley opens her eyes wide, surprised, and she looks at me with annoyance in her red eyes. Do you not understand, stupid human? Definitely, I don't like this girl. I'm only trying to protect you. Her words take me by surprise. Huh? I exclaimed incredulously. You attack me and attack my friends, only to protect us? Yes, she simply replied. At the same time, she nods, filled with pride and confidence. Okay, that's it. I'm getting out of here. I cannot believe how arrogant and self-centered that girl is. After everything she did to me and my friends, I can't stand her any longer. Wait! I had only taken a few steps when I heard her calling me. She sounds really worried. You don't understand the real danger you're in here. I stop in my tracks as soon as I hear her. Real danger? I whisper, feeling some doubts. Suddenly I shiver. It doesn't look like she's lying. Yes, I try to chase them away using illusions, Only times I hit them with my powers, and as a last resort, I scare them directly, as it was in your case. Ashley confesses, blushing a little as if she felt embarrassed for remembering. And why do you do that? I ask, confused. Something isn't right here. Ashley stares at me with her red eyes. If they continue with their curiosity, they will meet an evil entity that will take their lives. What you say doesn't sound very convincing, I immediately interrupt. The only evil entity here is you. Ashley shakes her head in denial. You're wrong. I am the good one. Then she said, looking into my eyes with a pure innocence in hers. I could only laugh at that comment. It had to be a joke. After doing all that, you say you're good? Don't laugh. I'm only trying to protect you. Refused Ashley, furious, while waving her arms. She then crosses her arms and gives me an unpleased look. You expect me to believe that? I replied sarcastically. What she said made no sense, but somehow she seems oddly convinced it was the truth. She was surely a bit wrong in the head. But it's true. You have to believe me. This time she sounds really worried about me. I actually feel a little sorry for her. Ashley then stays silent, looking at me with puppy eyes. I wonder what would have happened if we had chosen to kill the cat. Would we have immediately reached an ending? However, she soon recovers her proud attitude. If you want to hold my hand, I won't harm you, she solemnly says. I look carefully at her. She has a very arrogant face, as if it was a great honor to be able to touch her. You won't do anything strange? I asked, distrustful, but after seeing her again, I do not think she was lying. Ashley nods, full of confidence. I promise you. I stare at her for a few seconds, making sure there isn't a trap. Okay, but why do you want me to hold your hand? I ask at the same time I extend my hand. Ashley opens her eyes, surprised after hearing my question, then she stares at me with annoyance. Are you stupid? Obviously to guide you out of the forest, she said just as she takes my hand in one quick move. I then find myself being dragged by this strange girl. But this is the opposite way from where the melodious voice comes from, I said, looking back for a second. I felt really curious about who she was. You ignore that voice. It charms men to make them her victims. Think of it as a siren, Ashley explained in a bad mood, with her eyes always looking to the front. It seemed she didn't get along well with whoever that person or entity was. Won't you be the one who collects souls for fools? I asked without thinking. I seriously need more experience with dealing with a girl. If only I were more popular. Ashley stops suddenly. She then turns at me, showing me a furious face. You idiot! I already said I'm the good one. For a moment I thought she was going to hit me on the head. But fortunately she stopped before doing so, or biting me again. Okay, Nicola responded as if I were a scolded child. But if you eat me, I will make sure you have the worst indigestion of in your life. You idiot, I don't eat humans, replied Ashley, ending with an arrogant snort. 3:11 a.m. What is going on? Several minutes have passed since I started to walk hand in hand with Ashley. At the beginning, I did not trust her at all, but the more time passed, the easier it was to believe her. I didn't notice before how comfortable her hand is, soft and pleasant to the touch. Oh gosh. I blush just thinking about it. Even if she's a witch, she's a girl too, right? Then I sigh. Come on, Alex, composure. With every step, the curse of the forest seems to weaken. The atmosphere was less oppressive every minute until finally I was able to forget about that unpleasant feeling. Before I noticed, the darkness had returned to normal, feeling only empty. The rotten smell had also disappeared without a trace. Now I could really say I was in a common and ordinary forest, even boring. But I could not be more grateful for that. Just a little more to get out, so let's keep moving. Then I set my sights on the back of Ashley, watching her walk in silence. She was completely focused on that simple thing. If you're the witch from the legend, why are you helping me? I suddenly asked, not thinking twice before it. I was really intrigued by that. Ashley stops and turns, looking at me with an angry face. Idiot, do you really think that all witches are evil? She was right. The general image of witches is not good, but it's not as if the stereotypes were truthful. Then she closes her eyes, making an annoyed face. It's true that I had supernatural powers, but I never used them to do harm. Ashley lowers her sight and pauses. Suddenly she looks sad. My only crime was to be born in the time of the witch hunts. That's why I was condemned. That explains it well. I feel that I can trust she's good. But there is still one more question. And how did you end up becoming a cat? Ashley immediately blushes. She was so embarrassed that it was almost adorable. Almost. Well, before my execution, there was a cat watching in the distance, so I decided to transfer my soul to it. She explained, avoiding looking into my eyes. Of course, we now share the body. We have like a deal. Cat will be happy as long as it has something to eat and a place to sleep. I try to provide her with all those needs, and in return, she lets me stay in her body. As she talks, she's blushing shyly. I see. I think it's a fair deal, I replied with a sincere smile. The truth is, I found it a little funny. It turns out she's both a girl and a cat. That answers some questions. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she wants to, she can be very cute. Too bad that happens so rarely. Not saying more, Ashley continues walking to the exit. This time I stay in silence. All that remains for me is to escape from this place. What about your friends? What happened to them? It's 3:15 a.m. Dude, where are your friends Steven and Alfred? What about them? What happened? Whatever. Let's just keep going. Well, here we are, Ashley said just a few minutes after we walked. She wasn't lying. I can see the end of the forest in the distance. I had to contain my desire to scream with joy at that moment. There must be 2 other humans close here, your friends. Go with them and return home. I hope that nobody else comes tonight, Ashley said, giving me a subtle farewell, but strangely, she does not let go of my hand. She looks deep into my eyes. Amazed, I notice the gentleness that reflects on them. Can you make me a promise? She suddenly said with an honest voice. It was no joke. What is it? I asked, full of curiosity. I don't know what I could do for a witch, but after helping me to escape, I think that she deserves me to hear her request. And the legend, she then murmured with an air of sadness. I can't understand why she asked for something like this. I want you to help me keep people away. Legend only attracts more people. It is, as is in your case, I need to kill it, replacing the supernatural danger with the human danger. The human danger? So you want to scare them with ordinary dangers as thieves or ferocious animals? On second thought, there's logic to what you asked. If you remove the element of magic only leave the danger, then exploring the forest is not worth the risk. Ashley nods and then looks into my eyes, blushing. Yes, exactly, she said, pleased. Okay, I'll do it. You can rely on me, I responded with determination. I wanted her to know how serious I was, that it was not a promise I would forget as soon as I got out of the forest. Thank you. Then she closes her eyes momentarily and inflates her chest with pride. You aren't as stupid as I thought. I should have expected something like that. Hey, I told you not to talk ill of someone when they're in front of you, I complained angrily. This girl simply will never change. After seeing my reaction, Ashley cannot help but laugh. I'm sorry. It's the first time I've seen her so happy. That made me blush. Ashley looked unexpectedly adorable at that moment. My heart was nervously beating as if I was with a normal girl. Suddenly, she stares at me and gets so close. Her face is less than an inch from mine. Is he gonna kiss the cat girl? Again, she demonstrates not knowing what personal space is. This time, I don't know whether to be angry or thankful. Having her so close, a beautiful girl, makes me very nervous. This is the farewell, she suddenly said. She then brings her lips to my cheek and gives me a tender kiss. What the heck? Everything becomes white in that moment. Everything loses color. Everything is gone. Everything. 3:18 a.m. Whose moon? I'm outside the forest. I have no idea how I made it here, but there is no illusion. I'm bewildered if I had been sleepwalking. Alex! Alex! Suddenly I hear someone calling my name. It's not any strange voice. It's the voice of my friends who are looking for me. Hey, over here! I shout without a second of hesitation, with a bit of clumsiness because of my confusion. Soon they found me and impatiently ran towards me. Where were you? The worry was killing us, Stephen said with a face I don't remember having ever seen before. Before answering, I rubbed my forehead. Within the forest, I couldn't find the exit. Alfred was about to say something, but before that I interrupted him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I just got lost. The important thing is that we're all safe. Yeah, you're right. Hey, don't you feel that we were forgetting something? Alfred murmured at the same time he lowered his sight, pensive. Suddenly a blurry image appears in my mind. It was white and bright, but I can't remember more. However, that weak memory awakens a strange feeling of nostalgia in me. It was as if I had lost something. What could it be? Anyway, we should go home. This is long gone too far for a test of courage, I said with no intention of spending one more minute in this forest. They both agreed with me. With nothing else to say, we can only return home. By the way, guys, we should write on that page to not go in the forest. Forget about the witches. Somebody might get lost there as it happened to me. It was a miracle that I came out alive with that beast lurking around. Before knowing it, my lips moved. Why did I say that? I have no idea, but something inside inspired me to do so. To be honest, I have no memory of the beast I speak of. All I can remember is that it had red eyes and white fur, but nothing more. Then I remember something. I think it was a promise I made to... Wait, to whom had I made that promise? I think about it for a moment in silence, but in the end, I can't remember a thing. No matter, all I know is that I got out, and I'll never come back here again. Aw. Finn. Okay, so that's an ending. Does that ending have a name? Let's see. Endings. Forgotten Adventure. Oh. Huh. Okay, so that's one ending that we got. So, guess we should aim for another one next time, right? I think I'll go back through the steps that I went to get to the one where I was choosing between killing the cat and just carrying it. Or I might just go back to the start and go back to seeing what happens if I just leave the cat. Let me know which one y'all would prefer to see. And I'll do that one if y'all answer before next week, I guess. Yeah. So, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Woo. Bye-bye.